Hey, and welcome to the Jessica Paul podcast. I'm your host, Jess Paul, actress, manifestation expert, and mindset coach. And I'm here to share with you all of my secrets on confidence, success, and the magic of manifestation. If you're ready to dive in deep and see more success in your career, more money in your bank account, and more love in your life, with a whole new level of freedom, then you're in the right place. I'm letting loose on everything you need to take back control of your life, up-level your mindset, and tap into your manifestation powers. I'm so excited that you're here. Hello, gorgeous souls, and welcome back to the JP podcast. It is day 5 of this 5-day series I've been bringing to you all. I hope you've enjoyed it over the past 5 days. I hope you've got stuck in, made your notes. I hope you've really taken on board some of these tasks and implemented it yourself. These stages, these steps that I'm teaching you, they're all fundamental for the manifestation process, and it's literally everything I dive into in the academy. So I'm so excited to bring you all of this content, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So today's episode is all about action taking, literally the final part of manifestation that some people forget about. And I am definitely that coach that makes you, gives you that loving kick up the ass, because we can all be taking way more action than we think we can. And sometimes we hold ourselves back and try and, our ego tries to get in the way and tries to say, actually, I don't want to be doing this. But I promise you, when you can speed that action taking up and that energy up around it, you're going to see so much flow into your life. So I hope you will enjoy today's episode. And as always, if you've enjoyed it, send in your feedback, take a screenshot, tag me on your Instagram, and I can't wait to hear from you all. But after this episode, guys, we are going to go back to doing our normal Friday episodes. So I'll be back with you every week. I'm going to be back this Friday. So I hope you've enjoyed. And without further ado, I'll let you listen and just sending you all so much love. Hello, everyone. I am live. How are we all? I'm going to give it a few moments to see who's joining me live. So basically, this is the final day of this challenge, and this is officially, drum roll, when the doors for the Mindset, Miracles and Manifestation Academy open. And they've officially opened today, but over the weekend we are still enrolling people. I've jumped on so many amazing calls over this weekend, and I'm already signing up amazing, ambitious women into the academy for 2022. January 2022 is going to go off, guys. I cannot wait. And what's also lovely is that I am signing on women who have actually already worked with me before in some capacity. And what's gorgeous about that is that these ladies know the importance of investment. And they know that they vibe with me, which is great. They vibe with me as their coach. They trust me as their coach. So they're back again to join in this round of the Academy for 2022. And I can't wait. It's going to be such a beautiful container. Like I said, getting all these gorgeous women involved. So if you still have not signed your name up, or if you're still kind of sitting on the fence around it, all I would say is just trust your intuition with it. If you think that it's your time to start this work and to go deeper, and you trust me as a coach, and you're feeling like you're vibing with me, then don't put it off. Just listen to your intuition on it. That's all I will say, because I know how scary it can be to invest in yourself. I was there, guys, and I'm constantly doing it, because it's a constant up-leveling process. Like I always say, the work never stops. So I get it, truly, and I just have to, every time I'm about to invest in myself, in whatever way, guys, that's, it's not just money, it's time, it's effort, it's everything that you're investing in you. I always just ask myself intuitively, is this where I want to be putting my energy? And you will know, right? You will know if you're ready for it. So I can't wait. It's just going to be such a great year. I can feel it, guys. Can you feel it? I can feel that 2022 is going to be the year for so many people to up level, myself included. I'm feeling it for myself, right? Because as I say, I practice what I preach, and I know that something big is coming for me in 2022. So guys, actually before we begin, I am going to pull another card for you. And again, bear with me on this. because it's our last day and we're just going to get this gorgeous message again from the universe. What do we need to be thinking about? Remember, with these oracle cards, guys, like, again, you know, this is just another tool. I just love them because it just keeps you on track. It keeps you, you know, listening to the universe, like maintaining that faith. You know, sometimes it's like if we're going through a difficult time, or if we're like trying to make a big decision, or I don't know, if we're just like trying to let stuff go and like actually trust the universe. It's so nice to ask the universe for signs, and actually that's a whole other topic in itself, guys, right? Like, I could go on about universal signs. Hey Hara, I could go on about universal signs. I have got my own signs that I, you know, ask the universe for when I am like ever in need of like an answer for something. But I think I'm going to do a whole podcast episode on that for you all. So actually, a note on that, guys, I actually released my next podcast episode this morning, so if you haven't already, the link will be in this video. You can go and catch up on that, because it's about a topic that so many people find difficult when trying to manifest, and that's letting go and surrender. And actually we'll touch upon that in today's session, but if you haven't already, go and catch up on that podcast. So basically, the reason I'm talking about signs is because it's a great way of like trusting, learning to trust the universe, learning to have faith that everything is moving in the right direction, because it always is for you, right? You know, the universe is always conspiring for your greatest good. So everything is moving you in the right direction. You are always fully supported by the universe. And these cards as well are just a kind of like reminder of that. So I've been shuffling them again in your energy for those of you watching this video. So I'm going to pick the card on top and let's see what our message is. Oh wow, I don't think I've ever picked this one before. This is interesting. Mary of Nazareth. Look at her as well. Beautiful pink card. The Mother of God. Wow. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Amazing. Let's see what she has to say to us. If I can find her quickly. Here we go. Oh, she's number 5. Page 5. Right. So guys, this is your message for today when you're catching up on this video. And this is like, again, just ask yourself, why am I hearing this message? How could this be relating to me and my life? And just use it for yourself over the weekend. So when your soul selects her card, I've always imagined that Mary was terrified to hear an angel loudly announcing that she was meant to be the Mother of God. I mean, that is a lot of responsibility. Her surrender to Gabriel's words feels so courageous and too unacknowledged. Mary has no idea what she will have to meet with, what will be asked of her, and what this love for her son will put her through. But she says yes, nonetheless, so that she can be in service of the divine. Mary's acceptance of her role has been in the shadow of the Christian story. Everybody knows the story, I'm sure. But she was human too. She could have said no. Her courage could have faltered, but she aligned with the light. She heard Gabriel's words, "Be not afraid," and allowed the divine story to work through her life. And she let joy dictate her response. Mary leads us to trust that we can say yes to what feels right. How weird is this? This is actually connecting to what I was just saying before about listening to your intuition and saying yes. It doesn't have to make sense or work with the timeline the ego has mapped out for us. Very, very true. In the midst of our ordinary, everyday lives, we can say yes to the angel who greets us, the space of our heart, and let the energy of joy give birth to the divine through us. Wow, this is a very kind of like very spiritual, religious-y one. The soul voice meditation, I am in service to the light within me. Gorgeous. And the intention, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. So this is basically like a courage card, guys. This is, again, like just teaching you to
that you can say yes to these things, and you do have that courage because you do have that power within you to say yes to these things, and to move forward, basically. Like, it's a courage card. So interesting. I wonder why this is one that's popped out. I mean, we are talking about action today. We're talking about aligned action today on this live. So maybe it's something to do with taking action, having courage to take the action. Very important. Kind of what I was saying, yesterday's live about embodiment, and how we have to just go for that embodiment aspect, even if, you know, it's a little bit scary. You've got to hold your hands with that fear, and you've got to go for it. So love that. Never had that card before. Very interesting. So guys, basically, we're going to be chatting about action today, taking action, because we have been through, over these 5 days, basically some of the most important steps to manifest anything that you want into your life. And in day 1, we were talking about clarity and how you've got to actually ask for what you want in the first place. In day 2, we were talking about your belief system and how actually, like, you have to rewire and reprogram those beliefs and those stories that you are saying to yourself over and over again, because they are holding you back. They are blocking you off from actually calling those things into your reality, right? And then day 3, we were talking about our energy, and we love the energy week. And basically with the energy, guys, is that you've got to be in alignment, and actually this is what, again, we'll touch on today. So you've got to be clearing out your energy field, you've got to be forgiving, you've got to be letting go of the shit that has been weighing you down for however many years. And actually, guys, this is a good point, because all of this work, like, it doesn't matter how long you have been weighed down for, right? So some of us have been like I said, when I first started this work, I was in a very low place, and I, for years, just did not like myself. And I mean, for years, guys, it was a period of like 8 years where I was like up and down with my mental health, but it only took me 8 months to overcome it all. So actually the timeline thing has no limits. Like, it's not as though, you know, you could have been feeling this way for 8 years, and then it's going to take you 8 years to actually transform into the woman that you want to be. That's not how it works. It can be as quick as you want it to be, because this is what manifestation is. This is what the law of attraction is. Like attracts like. So it doesn't have a timeline. It can come to you instantaneously, right? So that's about, you know, getting your vibe right and really learning how to manage that vibe, because also shit happens, and we can't be happy, high vibe people every single day. This is not what this work is about. And I think there's a lot of like toxic positivity that goes on in this world, in this, you know, self-development world. And that is not what this is, guys, right? So it's about managing the vibe, right? I have my off days, but I know how to manage it, which is why I'm still manifesting the things that I am, the big things that I'm manifesting in my life, right? So, and then day 4, guys, yesterday's live, we were talking about, oh God, I've just spilt my tea all over my leg. In day 4 yesterday, guys, we were talking about embodiment. And this is when, like, you've kind of done all of that juicy inner work, and then you start to go, okay, now I'm stepping into her. I'm stepping into this version of myself, this abundant version of myself, this, you know, successful, wealthy, just like confident, empowered version of me before I am actually that person, right? You've got to do it before you're that person, because that's the only way that it happens, right? That's the way round we've got to do it, and that's scary, right? And so we've talked about all of that, and then now in tonight's live, guys, we're talking about taking action. So it ties into the embodiment side of things, because we have to take action if we want to manifest anything into our lives. Now, this is like one of the biggest things that people get wrong about manifestation, is they think, oh, okay, if I just think happy thoughts and, you know, I'm in a high vibe state, then it's all just going to fall into my lap. But that's not how it happens, right? I didn't manifest £30,000 months or like a £10,000 day, which has happened to me, guys. I've manifested 10k in 24 hours before. I've not manifested those things from just sitting on my ass. Like, that's not how this shit works, right? We need to get up and we need to go, which is why this is all part of the light work that we do. And, you know, inside my academy, this is, like I said, where we start to plug the light back in and I hold you accountable. I'm like the biggest accountability coach you will ever find, because I get up and go. Like, I don't sit on my ass. Like, I don't do that, because I know the importance of taking action, right? So we have to actually do the thing, and we have to enjoy doing the thing, right, to get us to where we need to be. So for me, like, manifesting those like big money, like those like big money manifestations, like, I didn't just sit there and think, oh, I have money, I have money, I have money. Like, that was part of it, but then I actually had to go out there and I had to create that with my own action too. So basically, it's a co-creational process. It's a creation that's going on between you and the universe. You have to think of the universe as your partner, right? As your best freaking friend, okay? And you've got to like vibe with the universe on that level, and you know, just feel into the fact that you're not alone in this. And that's the most important thing with this action taking, is just knowing that you're not alone, right? Because a lot of the time when we're taking action, we can kind of fall into that masculine energy kind of mode of going, I've got to keep working. But remember, this can be the easiest process ever too, right? So just as an example, guys, like, I didn't go from 0 to 6 figures overnight, right, in my business. That's not what happened. Or I didn't like go from, actually I kind of did with the acting work, that did like just appear, but I did the action, but I didn't go from these places overnight. Like, I did it, and I had lots of action steps involved in it, okay? And but the fact is, only a few years ago, I was making half of that money, even less than half of that money, and I was working my arse off, right? I remember actually when I was living in London and I was selling perfume on commission. So, you know, if you're a salesperson, you will know, I'm there on commission, like trying to sell this perfume just to make a living to live in London. And I was working. I'd get up at like, I don't know, like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd get down to Oxford Street. I'd go and like do this shift, and I wouldn't finish until about 6 p.m. And then I'd be like on the tube back home, and I'd be so knackered. And I was still making nothing, right? And then I aligned myself, I reset my beliefs, I did all of this juicy work, and I went from 0 to 6 figures, and it was the easiest money I think I've ever made in my life, right? And that's because the action that I took, because there was still a lot of action that I was taking, but it felt right? The action I was taking felt inspired, it felt fun, it felt enjoyable to do. It didn't feel like I was really working. And that's why, like, you know, we can even get rid of the word work. I know I talk about inner work, but that's because that's the most important work to do. But really, like, this action taking, it doesn't have to feel hard, right? It doesn't have to feel hard, but it is important. We do still need it, right? We do still need it in the manifestation process. So the trick here is to, I'm spilling my tea everywhere. It's because I need to drink a bit. Wait. So I've got a full mug of tea and I'm not drinking it. So the trick here then, guys, is to actually, number one, like, figure out what action you want to take that's actually going to feel most aligned to you, and then actually align your energy so that everything that you do feels great. Okay, because there is absolutely 0 point in taking action if you do not feel aligned in that moment. There is no point. It will be pointless. You will burn yourself out. You will be working for the sake of working, and you won't actually get anywhere in life, okay? So, you know, again, just as an example, you know, in my acting career, I was doing the same thing. Like, I was hustling. I hate this word hustle, right? Because I was out there doing all the things that people were telling me to do, but I didn't actually want to do them. Like, I didn't want to show up. Like, guys, this is for you as performers. I did not want to show up online and do another freaking self-tape challenge. I don't want to do a self-tape challenge. And this went on so often throughout lockdown and whatever. Everybody was like, boom, I need to get online. Oh God, what do we do? And people were just following each other like sheep and taking this action that they didn't actually want to take. And it was only when I stepped back and I went, I don't actually want to fucking do this, that I actually begun to align my energy again, right? So then after that, all the action that I did take really mattered. It really made a difference. And before I knew it, I had casting directors literally emailing me, like coming into my inbox because I had aligned my energy, right? And so every bit of action really, really meant something for my life. Guys, who's watching here? I'm aware that I've not even like got you all involved in tonight's live. Who's watching? I don't even know whether comments are working. Sometimes they don't work. Put it in the chat if you're with me live. Put it in the chat, obviously, if you're with me on catch up. Give me a hell yes if you are ready for the final day of this challenge, guys. So basically, yeah, so it's a co-creational process, and the whole point is that we've got to get inspired to be able to do this. Now, actually, I mentioned this on my on the latest episode of my podcast, like I said, that I released this morning, and I said that if you aren't basically in alignment, the whole podcast episode was about letting go, and this is really important as well because you have to let go in order to actually get into alignment. But you know, if you're not in that space of like complete clarity and good energy and the right beliefs and like feeling strong in that way, then you're not even going to have space, you're not going to have room for the inspiration to flow, for the action to take. Because sometimes we can sit there and we can think, I know I want more, but I don't even know what to do. Like, what do I do? What's the action that I should be taking? And the fact is, guys, is that you know. It's all within you. You have every single answer within you. And the only reason you don't know which action to take is because you are not allowing the space in your energy and in your mind to actually open up the inspiration there. Because the inspiration will flow. It will flow so quickly to you when you actually align yourself in that way. And once you've got that inspiration for what you need to do, then you go and do it in the right energy, and that's when things start happening. I like how you explained there needs to be inspired action that feels aligned to you in order to have results. Exactly, right? Because what's the point in doing it otherwise, right? What is the point in doing it? Because the whole point within the law of attraction is that we've got to be vibing high and like feeling good, and if you're doing action that doesn't make you feel good, then you're in the wrong vibe, then you're attracting the wrong things, right? So like it literally makes sense that you've got to be in that place in order to take the action. But like I said, there is no point sitting around and just kind of hoping that it will come to you without doing any of the inner work. That's why the inner work is so necessary. And people miss off this final thing about action because they think, okay, well, I've done that work, so now it should come to me. But the action taking is probably the hardest part too, because there is a lot of fighting through that fear again, right? But all you need to know, right? All you need to know is that it's just baby steps. It's just literal baby steps to get to where you want to be. You don't have to be like 1 second being like crippled with anxiety and then the next second jumping on a live video in front of people. I'm just saying this because this is like, again, where I started with my journey. I was in a low place, like I've said, and I couldn't go from that place to overnight just be like jumping on a live and feeling cool about it. I had to do the work before that, right? And again, like, same with your money mindset, same with anything in your life, same with the career stuff. Like, you don't have to jump from like A to Z in one day. It's just about the baby steps. And something that I always say is that your baby steps of action are actually quantum leaps in disguise, right? So, hey Nikki, so basically, guys, like a quantum leap is like what you'd call, for example, in my own story, how I went from having no money in the bank account to making £100,000 in 8 months, or having absolutely like no confidence to having like this empowered bad bitch mentality and this like ability to show up in front of you guys. Like, those things you look at and they're like, whoa, Jess has quantum leaped, right? But guys, you did not see my failures, right? You did not see my setbacks. You did not see the things that fucked up along that way, right? You didn't see that. You just see all the shiny glossy bits that come out of it. Same with all of the other people in your life that you look at and you go, how are they so successful? I wish I could be like them. You know, why do they have it and not me, right? These are people who have freaking done the inner work, and they have taken the action, however small, and they've stayed consistent. And here's the thing. This is the biggest thing about this action taking. It's consistency, okay? Because I have had so many failures, guys, over the last 2 years, so many. But I have had more successes because I've stayed consistent and I've pushed through despite the shit that's been thrown at me, okay? Hey, Nikki. So consistency is key here, right? Nobody was born a six-figure entrepreneur. Nobody was born a famous actress. Nobody was born, you know, with that dream relationship, right? We create it. It's a creation process, okay? And the other important note here, guys, is that we need to be just allowing ourselves to be a beginner. Just be a beginner, you know? So often I see that people, when we get this idea or a goal in mind and we go, I want to have that yesterday, right? I want to have it yesterday, rather than thinking, do you know what? It's actually okay to just be a beginner. Everybody starts as a beginner. Everybody has to start there, you know? And actually just be okay with that. You know, when I first started, I didn't make £30,000 in 1 month straight away. I had to make £5,000 first, and that was a huge achievement, right? And then it jumped and jumped and jumped with every step I took, right? You know, same with my acting career and everything. So just allow yourself to be that beginner and enjoy being the beginner, because before you know it, you'll be a pro. Right? And then you're going to be a beginner at something else, right? This is the thing, it's an ongoing, ever expanding, up leveling process. I am not, I'm a beginner at some of the things that I want to then get on to do. I want to be on Netflix, for example. I'm a beginner with that. I've been on Amazon Prime, and that's my first little thing. And then I'm going to grow and I'm going to expand and I'm going to become a pro. And before I know it, I'll be regularly appearing on Netflix. You know, that's the way you've got to look at it, okay? So it's okay to be that beginner, but you just need to know that consistency is key. And what's everybody saying here? Love that. Just be a beginner. Yes. I'm definitely at the beginning. Nikki is in my acting class at the moment. So here we go. Another amazing performer. But she's literally just started. And so again, just being that beginner. Nikki, I'm definitely at the beginning, but like you say, it's okay. You have to start somewhere. And yes, just enjoy the journey. Exactly. You've got to start somewhere. And that's okay. Every successful person in life started at the beginning. Every successful person. And it doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter what opportunities you've had before. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter about any of that. Everybody has the same ability to get there. Everybody in this world, right? Which is what's so magical about it. It's all just down to your mindset and your energy, right? So guys, after we have taken this action, then comes that hardest part, right? The hardest part of this process, and that is letting go, right? That is letting go and just allowing yourself to receive it. And often we find this one the hardest. Guys, seriously, just go and listen to my last episode on the podcast, because it explains it all in there. But basically, when we have done all of this work towards a goal and we're feeling good, and I see this so often in my academy at this point, where my students have done all this amazing work and they're all feeling on fire, and they're all so showing up with that confidence and feeling into that inner bad bitch, and then they're well, where are all my desires? Why aren't they here yet? And then when you start asking yourself that question, why is it not here yet? That's when we know you're falling into the wrong vibe again, right? So actually letting go and surrendering to the universe and just allowing it in is one of the most important parts of this process, but it's also the hardest part, because if you really feel like you want something and really need something in this time, it can feel hard to let it go. You know, it can feel hard to trust, but that's what it is. It's about trusting, which actually like I said, relates to what I was talking to at the start of this live, when I was saying, you know, you've got signs from the universe, angel numbers, all sorts of things that we can lean on and turn to that help us trust and that help to maintain that faith, right? It's such a faith process, this, and I tell you, like, my faith is so strong in this universe. It's so strong. Like, as I said, this is a co-creation. The universe is my best friend. The universe has to become your best friend. Okay, so it's letting it go. And I say in the podcast episode, you know, like, it's like Amazon. Okay, so if you order something off Amazon, you click, you put it in your basket, you put your bank details in, there we go, it's all sent off. Now, once you send that off to Amazon, you don't sit there at the front of your door all week, sitting there going, where is it, where is it, where is it, where is it, right? You don't look at every single van going past going, oh my God, where's my Amazon delivery? Do you? Like, let's be honest, guys. We don't do that. We just go, oh yeah, click, it's coming to me. And then you get on with the rest of your day, right? And you don't have a second thought about it. And even if something does mess up with the delivery, like, it's all fine because Amazon will sort it out for you. And you just have complete trust in it because you do it all the time. I do. I'm always ordering from Amazon, right? So, you know, like, that's how we've got to view the universe, because that's exactly what it is. It's like, you put the vision out there, you ask for what you want, you do all the juicy inner work, you take all of the action you possibly can in the right energy, and then you just let it come to you, because it's inevitable that it's going to come, right? And that's how much certainty we need to have over this. Let's just read some of your comments. I have had a hard time with that because I don't trust myself to receive my desires. Now again, trusting yourself is trusting the universe. So this might blow your mind a little bit, Hara, but actually, like, you are the universe. You are the universe. Like, we are all universes in this time-space reality. Like, this is when it starts to blow your mind a little bit. And trusting you is the same as trusting the universe. Loving you as though you are a friend, that's what you've got to be. That's what we've got to be doing here. This is why this self-love is the foundation for your success, like I always say, okay? Nikki, likewise, I really believe the universe has my back. You have to have the faith. Yes, 100%, we have to have that faith. Hey Florence. I love that. Oh my gosh, you're here. I've not spoken to you in ages, girl. Yeah, so guys, like, we just need to, we need to firstly understand that taking action is a huge part of this process, and I am probably the action-taking queen, only because I have been open and honest with you that I do sit predominantly in this masculine energy, so I get shit done, right? When I feel inspired and ready to do stuff, I will do it. There's no sitting on my ass. But that means I have to work harder at my feminine energy, which is that flow, which is that allowing, which is that receiving energy, okay? So you know in yourself, this is why there's no blueprint to manifestation, because we all do it in a different way. For me, I know I'm great at taking action, but I also know that I need to, at some points, chill the fuck out, right? And that's okay. And that's just like, that's all part of my ingrained in my rituals and everything that I do. And again, like I said, this is all part of managing your vibration, right? So, but we've got to remember that taking action is a key part to this process. Like, it's not something to be overlooked. We have to do it if we want to manifest. But we need to be doing it in a fun, enjoyable way, in a good energy way to actually make it work for us. So consistency is key, regardless of what shit is thrown at you, regardless of what hurdles you have to overcome, regardless of what failures you might face. Consistency is key, and just allowing and letting it in, letting everything go, and just having that level of certainty that it's coming to you. Florence, that's so refreshing to hear you say that, as I also thrive in my masculine, but I feel at the moment everyone says we've got to be in our feminine all the time, all about the balance. Oh, Florence, I could say so much about this, right? Number one, right, is that we have to, especially in this like spiritual community, there is a lot of this kind of masculine shaming going on, right? Now, again, my opinions might be quite out there, but fuck it, this is who I am. I can talk. You know what I'm like, guys. We have to heal our relationship with both the feminine and the masculine, guys, right? We have to heal the relationship with both of them. We cannot get anywhere without that gorgeous masculine, right? And it's one thing to go, okay, yeah, let's like practice our feminine. It's another thing to go, oh, don't be in your masculine altogether, right? And that's what I do hear a lot of in this spiritual community. It's like, let's all get into our feminine, and we forget that actually, if you want to see shit happen, you've got to have a good relationship with that masculine. And guys, for those of you that don't understand the masculine and feminine energies, that maybe like, are new to this, I'll do a whole podcast episode on this for you. But, all you need to know is that the masculine is the doing energy and the feminine is the being energy. So the feminine is the flow, is the letting it go, is the allowing in, and the masculine is the let's get shit done, let's make it happen, let's go, come on, let's do it, right? Those two energies are essential to the manifestation process. You can't have one or the other. If you're too much in your feminine, you're not going to do anything. You're going to be sitting around on your ass for the rest of your life. If you're too much in the masculine, you're going to get burnt out, you're going to feel like shit. So you've got to have the balance of the two. But I just know that I thrive in my masculine, and that's why I've created the business of my dreams. It's why I've been manifesting the acting career of my dreams, and why things have happened for me so quickly. So it's important to take note of where you sit mostly, guys, and work around it for yourselves. Let's just see what everybody's been putting. Nikki, that's exactly where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at too. Good at taking action, but hard to chill the fuck out. Yeah, so Nikki, you know that you're like me, and you've got to work more of that feminine, because it's so important. This is why so many of my rituals are revolving around the feminine. Letting things flow, relax into it, yes. Me too, Nikki. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, guys, with all of you watching this live, is that you're all very high-achieving women. And I've said this throughout this challenge, that I attract high achievers because I'm a high achiever myself. But naturally, as high-achieving women that want more from their life, you are more predominantly in that masculine. And, of course, society is very much in that masculine too, so we've been taught it, but also, like, it's just who you are as women, and it's powerful, and it's amazing, and it's that fire within you, and you should never let that go, because that masculine fire within you is the thing that's going to propel you forward, okay? You just need to learn what to do with balancing it out, and you need to learn how to manage it every single day, right? It's a daily thing, okay? And it's just knowing how your body works. And again, that's what we teach inside the Academy, guys. This is why the Academy is a 3-month process where I'm guiding you through it every step of the way, so that you can get to know your body, you can get to know your blueprint for manifestation, and you can make it work for you. Because we're all individual, right? We're all different. So, guys, do you have any questions for me about anything that we've spoken about today? All about action. Like I said, these baby steps, they're all quantum leaps in disguise. So just keep freaking going and ask yourself, what action can you be taking in an inspired way, guys? Not in a like forced way, but in a, I'm feeling great now after this live video with you, Jess. I'm feeling the energy, I'm feeling the vibrations. What action am I going to take tomorrow? What action am I going to take next week, right? That's actually going to push me further towards my goals, okay? And that's the task for today's challenge. That's what I want you to do to complete today's challenge. To complete the whole challenge, I want you to write in this group the action step that you're going to take in an aligned way that's going to bring you closer to those goals. And of course, guys, as we've been doing for the whole of this challenge, the bonus entry to win this exclusive gift from me, which I'm really excited to share with you, the bonus entry to get that gift is by tagging me on your Instagram story with the hashtag manifestation challenge. And, you can let me know about all your action steps in your Instagram story too. Let's read some of these comments. Florence, so glad I hopped on. Always love your energy. Oh, girl, love your energy too. Mwah. Hara, I love that you said about finding your unique blueprint for manifestation. I had enrolled in another manifestation course in the past, but it didn't resonate with me. And that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. And, people as well, coaches have their own different ways of teaching, but I know that everybody is different. Everybody is individual. And that's why, I give you all the tools. I give you everything everything that you need, but then I help you understand what it means for you and your body. So it's so important, because I don't manifest the same as you guys. Like, I manifest in my way, and I know what that way is, right? So, yeah, so it's a really good point, that, Hara, and I'm sorry that didn't work for you, but again, remember, everything happens for a reason, and it's all good, and there's a reason you're here with us, vibing with us in this community right now. So yeah, guys, so that's the task. Write down what your action step is going to be, share it on your Instagram story. And of course, all the links for everything, for the podcast, for signing your name up on the list, because remember that I'm going to be picking a winner over the weekend, and you've got all of this weekend to like complete everything, and also sign up onto that interest list and get that discount for the academy, because doors have officially opened and it's very exciting. And like I said, we're already getting this gorgeous container of women together, and I can already feel like 2022 is going to be a very powerful year. So if you are wanting to come and join us, then sign your name up on that list, and basically I will organise a call to jump on together. We can have a little coffee, we can have a chat, and we can get you signed up. Hara, can you share more about your academy, please? Yes, of course. Do you know what I might do? Just for time-wise on this, just to finish this challenge, I'm going to go live again, and I'll do a whole live video and a Q&A at some point next week in this group for you all to find out even more about what goes on. But what I will say is just sign up on the list and jump on a private call with me, because we can have a little coffee and we can chat all about it and figure out how to move you forward personally. So definitely get your name signed up on there, and I'll be chatting to you all. in this group. Like, I just love this community. You're all fucking on fire. Like, you really are. Like, you've just got such an amazing group of women in here. I hope you feel that too, and I hope that you're all getting to know each other as well. So guys, I don't know what time it is. Yeah, time to go off and enjoy your weekend. And thank you all for joining me for this challenge. It's been an absolute joy, absolute pleasure, and I'm sending you all so much love. And I just know that 2022, regardless of what you do, what action you take, is going to be your year. You are going to excel, you're going to reach a new level, you are going to progress into a new version, a new stage for you, and I can't wait. And so share all your wins, share all your results, and I will chat to you all very soon.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who you think would love it too. And if you want to let me know how you found it, just screenshot this episode, add it to your Instagram story, and tag me at I am Jessica Paul, so that I can throw all the love right back at you. And of course, subscribe, hit those 5 stars, and leave a review to show your support and to keep the good stuff coming. Sending you so much love and gratitude from your girl Jess.